Hello friends, it's Jivtesh from Learn Coding Hub. In today's session we will see how to install Python on Windows where you don't have admin access because normally you get the exe installers when you try to install, but if you don't have the admin access you will not be able to install that way, and also you would not have access to the environment variables to enter the path. So let's say if you are working on office laptop or any laptop or school laptop, university laptop, where you don't have access, where you don't have the admin rights, so how you can use Python for your work. Let's start. Okay, so the very first thing we need to do is to download Python. So let's search Python and we will go to the python.org, go to downloads, and I'm going to download the latest version, Python 3.11.1 right now as I speak. So click on the downloads and then you will see just scroll down where the files are. So there are the installer. We're not going to do that one because we don't have the admin access, so this will give us the exe, which is a simpler route, but of course we can't use that. We will look into the Windows embeddable package. So where depends whether you have 32-bit laptop or 64-bit PC. So I have 64-bit. You can check about the same by going into the about your PC, and then you can look. So my system is 64-bit, so I'm going to download the 64-bit one. So click on the 64-bit and it will download. So let me open my downloads, and from the downloads I'm going to let me copy this one, and I have created a separate folder for Learn Coding Hub. So let me copy this one here, extract all the files, and okay, I will delete the zip one and I'm going to rename this one. So I'm going to leave it up to here, Python 3.1. So that gives us the Python. So let's now open the command prompt, and if I cd into this and if I check the Python version, so okay, so we got Python, but of course in order to use this one, of course we are using from here. If I try to create, let's say if I go up and if I try to create a file, let's say hello.py, and if I let's say write any just a command, let me see, print hello world, and save it. Of course it's not going to work because there is no Python. If I try to do here Python, you can see Python version, Python is not there. And so that is the one thing. So how to first of all set this Python, how we set the environment variables, we can't do because we don't have admin rights. So the way you can set the environment variables is, so we can set path from here. So I can say set path $paths $, and then you just give the path. So for me the path for the where the Python is here. So with this one, now this, when you are setting the path this way, this sets the path only in this command prompt session. So if I close this one, it's not going to work back again, but while you are here this has set the path like any environment variable. So even if I'm outside as you can see, I'm not in the Python folder. If I do Python version, if I type correctly, then you can see, oh okay, so it is saying what Windows is trying to do is that Windows is trying to open the path because it's set. So as you can read, or disable the shortcut settings. So let me disable that shortcut. So manage app, execution aliases. So you can switch off these ones. What basically doing is that when you type Python, it tries to search on the Microsoft Store. That's what our intention is to run the program. So if I do now, so as you can see it is now, even if I come out wherever I check, it will work because now we have added the path. So this way now we can run. So if I go back to the learn coding hub and now I say python hello.py, so you can see hello world. So very simple. This is the way you can install and use Python. Now of course, when you use Python, you want to use lots of packages, right? And for that one, as you know, if you're working on the Python, the normal way is we use pip, and there is slightly work needs to be done in order to use the pip. Even like, for example, you do install pip install virtual environment and various other packages. So let's quickly install the pip as well, because that's how you will use the Python mainly. So in order to install, let's download the pip. So let me go to Google, let me see pip install, and we will go to the pip's documentation, and let me go to the Windows, not this one. Let me go to actually go back to Google. Let me do pip and pip install. Okay, yeah, okay. So here then I click on the different ways. So one is that py ensure pip, but this try to do globally. I usually use this one, get pip.py. So basically it's asking us to download this script. So I click on this one, it will download that script. So let me quickly get that one. So I get this one, and then I will copy that one into our folder where we copied the Python. So in my case, learn coding hub and Python. So I'm gonna just copy paste there, and then what they're saying is that basically you go and do py get pip. So let's do that way. So we know that we have created in this folder, so I'm going to say py get pip y, and this way it's going to install the pip. So we'll give a second. As you can see, it is giving us the warning that this path is not in the environment Windows path, but of course it is in this path. That's the real scripts. So this is going over the script. So now last time let me quickly show you first of all. So now we got a scripts folder and lab folder. So if you see scripts, we have a pip. Now one thing, first of all, even if first of all it is in the scripts, but even in the scripts, let's go to the scripts, and if I try to do pip install virtual env, you can see you are getting an error. Oh, no module named pip, but we know that it is there. So why it is so? Because we have to change the path, this particular file. So go to the Python folder. So Python, my version is 3.1.3.1.1, but your version might be different. But look at ._pth file, open this one, and you will see this. And just before the uncomment, just add the path where your site packages would be, like for library and the site packages. So this is where our virtual environment will be installed and other site packages. So I'm going to say lib/site packages. Okay, so save it, close it, and now if I try to install pip install virtual env, so as you can see, it is installing the virtual env and it has installed. So if I go into the library packages, so virtual environment package has been installed. Now one thing, so last time when we set up a path, we set up the path of just the Python. Now of course, when that's the way you can do, because right now we're in scripts, let me come out of the scripts. Let's say you are here, we were able to do Python hello world like that, but if I try to do pip here, it not gonna work because we haven't got the scripts in the path, because normally you add two paths, one is to Python and of course to the scripts. So we can do the similar way, we can do set path is equal to $path, and then we can give the path of where our pip is, which is under the scripts. So this folder, so it will not work. It will work not only for the pip but also for the virtual env. So when you create a virtual env, if I try to do that way, if I try to create a virtual environment, it's not gonna work otherwise. So add this path as well. Now if I create a virtual env, let's say env, because I want to create virtual environment, as we all Python developers normally use the virtual environment to keep our packages. So I'm going to create an env here, and as I can because if I had done earlier, because the script's path was not in the path, it would not have worked. So now as you can see, the environment is here, and now I can of course go into the environment scripts and activate it. And when I activate it, of course, if I show you, I'm in environments right now. In the library packages, I don't have the flask. So let me, now I can use pip anywhere because in the path, pip install, let's say flask. Okay, so now it will install flask into the environment, and as you can see, it is installing, and all these packages are here. So now even if I am in anywhere within basically anywhere within this session, I can use Python, I can use pip, I can use virtual environment, and everything would work absolutely fine. Now last one thing, of course you can go ahead and start working, just because I always try to tell the way the system I use, and it is more like, because otherwise every time you will, whenever close this command prompt, your all variables gonna go. So what I normally do is I normally just create our script so that we can easily run. So whenever I am logging back, I can just run that batch file. So the way I'm going to do is just say I'm going to create, let's say paths.batch, and I'm going to edit this one, and I'm going to write our the path commands which we did here, rather than doing in the session. This is the easiest way. I can do this, and then I can give the path of, first of all, our Python, and then I can copy the same, and I can give the path of our scripts folder so that we can use pip, virtual environment, and all those sort of things, and like that one. So now next time when I am in the command prompt, all I need to do is just drop this one here and enter all my variables are there, and now I can use Python from anywhere. As you can see, Python version and pip version, so I can use it from anywhere. As you can see, the path is coming from the Learn Coding Hub where I've used. Okay guys, yeah, I just wanted to set up how you guys can set up similar way we can set up the MySQL, Node.js, PHP. So I will do more tutorials on those ones. So if you like this one, guys, stay tuned. All right, cheers guys, bye.